day. Multi-award-winning artist AKA will be laid to rest on Saturday at a private funeral. The public will be able to say their last goodbyes during a memorial service which will be held in Sandton this Friday. AKA and his former manager and friend Tebello Motsoane, known as Tibz, were shot and killed on Florida Road in Durban on Friday night. Today, AKA's father, Tony Forbes, spoke to the media, and our senior reporter, Silindelo Masikane, was there. Slee, thank you so much for joining us. The images of Tony Forbes and AKA's mother, just you could see the heartbreak. Not a lot was said. Tell us about what was said, but also the mood and the sense that you got from the family.
So, of course, we were scheduled to have the briefing started around 3 p.m. It was a bit delayed, but you could tell from the moment the family walked in just how somber the mood became, because I think for me anyway, for the first time, I was seeing AKA's mom, his girlfriend, his siblings as well, coming out in public to support Mr. Forbes, you know, in this press briefing. They were all dressed in black. They all had sunglasses on, very emotional from the moment they walked in. Even some of AKA's friends who are in Johannesburg who came to also support the family. I know the program director in particular broke down at some point just before introducing the father to come and speak. But as the media, we were told that we would not be allowed to ask questions, but that there was just going to be a statement that was going to be made. And I think for the family, it was just a way of showing South Africans that they do appreciate the overwhelming support that they've received, not only locally, but across the world. We know that AKA was loved throughout many countries. And, you know, I think for the family, this moment was for them to thank them. We are getting closer to the funeral, where, of course, we know he'll be laid to rest. And in essence, we were told that it's going to be a private provincial funeral. So it does seem as though that the family has decided that they want to keep it small. They wanted to keep it to a very close knit group of people. And we know, of course, that his friend Tebello as well, his memorial service, if I understand, will also be on Thursday. He will also be laid to rest over the weekend. And we are expecting AKA's memorial service to take place this Friday. It's open to the public. However, tickets were not sold in essence, but somebody had to book their ticket. And as far as I understand, they've already been sold out, just to show you how interested South Africans are in essentially saying their final goodbyes. Let's just take a listen to Mr. Forbes in terms of thanking South Africans and the world for the support.
As the Forbes family, we want to acknowledge the outpouring of love we've received since Kenneth's passing. And that love has been extended to our families, the colleagues, the friends, both the Forbes and the Reeds families. And it's really helped us to, in terms of giving us comfort these past few days. And it makes, of course, we're sad, but it makes it easier when we have that support and love. Kenneth wasn't just loved by us as a family. His talent shone through, and it's created its own community. Of course, we know it as the legacy, which extends to the nation at large. So it's not confined to Joburg, it's throughout the country. And the close friends that he had, they've been at our side, just like they've been with him. Since Friday evening, they've been at our side supporting us. And I would like to say that as his colleagues and associates have extended themselves beyond expectations, they've really, really, really gone out of their way to support us. And we thank his wonderful neighbors who've comforted and accommodated us in this time. And it just shows how truly loved Kenneth was. And we're proud of that. We also want to thank you, the media, for the dignity in which you've captured our son in the last few days.
Yeah, I mean, so loved, and just everyone so devastated. But it's very clear it was a deliberate hit.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone who's looked at that video, it looked highly professional. That gun was held right to his head. It's not like it was a drive-by shooting.
Yeah.
But the family appealing for speculation to stop.
I mean, it's been rife. I think you've seen it yourself, Sally, from Twitter to Facebook to TikTok. There are all these conspiracy theories that are going around in terms of who may be responsible, who may have organized the hit, why certain officials haven't come out to speak. You know, it's a lot. And I think for the family, what they just want at this point is just to celebrate this life that was lived, and to also respect the processes that need to unfold in terms of the investigations. We know that police are on a manhunt. We know that investigations are at an advanced stage. We know that there are certain people that are being looked into. But the family essentially appealing that, you know, South Africans and those that are speculating so rightfully around the people who were there on that particular night, they should actually afford them some grace, because they were the last people to see him alive and witnessed the tragedy that unfolded, that we all have seen from that CCTV footage. So Mr. Forbes really appealing to those making these very wild speculations to just, for the time being, allow the family to grieve and allow the investigations to take place. Let's take a listen.
We do not condone what's been said about his friends and those making dangerous statements, and we appeal for them to cease from doing so. We also thank his Durban-based friends who welcomed and accommodated both myself and Stefan on Saturday, as well as his manager, Lido, making the painful process easier, of course, through their support. We definitely want to thank the Durban SAPs, the Phoenix mortuary staff, as well as the government officials who assisted us on the day. And a special thanks to Rudolph, the lawyer, who ensured that the processes were properly and speedily attended to. It's our wish to celebrate the life of Kieran with those he touched and impacted through his gift of music and influence on society, particularly the youth. His memorial will therefore be open to the public as well as streamed online at the Sandton Convention Center on Friday, this coming Friday, 17th of Feb at 3 p.m. Kieran will be laid to rest in a private ceremony, which will take place on Saturday, 18th February.
All right, details there of the memorial, which will happen on Friday, then the funeral, which is going to be private on Saturday.
Yes.
And you're saying that they've had to just, people had to book their place purely from a capacity point of view already. Yeah. No one else can get in.
Already at this point, from what I understand, those tickets have been sold out, just to show you the love and support that I think this family is going to receive on Friday. And as he said, the memorial service will be taking place in Sandton. It is quite a big venue. So for those who won't be able to come and who haven't been able to get a ticket, it's going to be live streamed. And of course, we will be broadcasting that memorial service live as well.
Such a tragic story, and we need to get to the bottom of this.
I think it just speaks to the levels of crime in this country, Sally. We know that they are untenable, and it's not just within the music industry. We saw just late last year, DJ Somebody as well, gunned down, a similar manner. It was a hit. And it just...
But DJ Somebody, of course, was also a nightclub owner.
Yeah.
But my understanding is that AKA wasn't involved in what can sometimes be fairly murky business sometimes. But it is, and it's interesting that the sort of brazen approach to this killing, full view of many eyewitnesses, plus CCTV cameras all along Florida Road in Durban. Let's hope that that does lead to a breakthrough, because this has to stop.
Yeah, I think we've heard from the mayor of eThekwini saying that they're going to tighten security, etc., etc. But I think it's only when we get these kinds of illegal guns off the streets. We don't know if they'll ever find the perpetrators who did this, but it just shows you that the levels of crime in this country are at a point where you're not safe anywhere. Really, not in your own home, not even in full view of CCTV cameras. And amongst, you know, on a busy road, Sally. I mean, it was one of those nights. It's a Friday night. People are out. And for somebody to do that in full view is very, very, very terrifying, I think, for anyone who enjoys going out late at night to know that this is possible.
And of course, you know, it bears all the hallmarks of a hit, and this is not our speculation. This is from well-known researchers like Jenny Irish, Tebello, who told us last night that it has all the hallmarks of a hit.
Absolutely.
And when I asked her how much it costs to have someone assassinated in South Africa, it can start from as little as 5,000 rand up to 150,000 rand plus. That is the chilling reality that police have to start getting to grips with. Thank you so much for bringing us the latest from the family, who are, of course, still grieving. And